Systems functional. Commander. Comlink online.
Destination? Absolutely.
Awaiting launch orders.
Ready to roll
Jacked
out.
up and good to go.
Insufficient phosphine gas.
Roger.
Identify target. Yes, sir. Move it.
Add-on complete.
Orders, sir.
Comlink online.
And what you'll see me doing here is I'm assigning my starports and my factories, basically my unit producing buildings, to hotkeys. In this case, I'm assigning my 2 factories to keys 3 and 4, and I'm doing that by selecting a factory and then holding control and pressing 3, and selecting the other factory and holding control and pressing 4, and I'm assigning my starports to 5 and 6 in the same way. This way, even while I'm fighting, I can just hit those keys and continue producing units.
Destination?
Research complete.
You want a piece of me, boy?
Yes, sir.
And what you're going to see here when I select these SCVs is a way to quick repair. I'm going to select 3 SCVs from my base, and I'm going to hold shift and press R, and then click on each one of these tanks while holding shift and pressing R each time, and my Goliaths, to get my SCVs to repair them all in order. What it does is it fills their waypoint list with the repair command on each unit individually. So while I'm off doing other things like building more units and getting things organized, the SCVs are out there repairing my units to make sure they're ready for the next fight.
Transmit coordinates. You want a piece of me, boy?
Okay, now we've got some Marines, so let's go ahead and take them into battle. I'm going to use them to clear out the bottom part here, because I want to make some room for my tanks to go siege up. And I'm just going to bring my Marines down, and I'm going to use the ramp and the high ground against them here, so that my Marines can get a good firing rate off on these guys, and they have a good chance to miss me while I'm up here. So there we go, we've cleared out those Marines, and I don't feel the need to go to the ramp for these Marines because I have plenty more than they do. I just outnumber them. But Goliaths are a little too much, so I pull my Marines back, and I siege up my tanks in range, and then I put my Marines back forward, back in front of the tanks, so that the Goliaths focus on the Marines. Still shooting up, so still missing the Marines occasionally, but overall using the tanks and the high ground to my advantage. Now I'm going to go ahead and continue macroing up some units, Wraiths and tanks and Goliaths, and of course some Marines, because Marines are a great way to bolster your ranks. And one of my SCVs here gets irradiated. There's nothing you can do against an irradiate on an SCV. He's just going to have to die. There's nothing you can do. He did some damage to the other 2 SCVs, so they're just going to go ahead and repair each other. And now I'm going to begin moving my units to the low ground, because I know there's a base nearby that I want to destroy and take for myself.
Jacked up and good to go. Systems functional.
Yes, sir.
Standing by. Give me something to shoot.
Yes,
Want a
sir.
piece of me, boy?
Move it. Proceeding. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
I read you. Orders received.
Jacked up and good to go. Rock and roll.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
You want a piece of me, boy? Commander.
Ready to
Transmit
roll.
coordinates.
Order.
Orders, sir.
You want a piece of me, boy?
Move it.
Channel open. Standing by. Rock and roll. Give me something to shoot. Jacked up and good to go. Go, go, go. Outstanding.
Here you're going to see me start upgrading range for Marines, but I quickly take that back because I don't make enough use of Marines for that to be worth the resource cost. So I cancel that and I just use the resources on other things like tanks and Goliaths. Here we have a nuke, and all I have to do is move any units out of the way that are in the immediate vicinity. The Marines in the bunker don't count because the bunker is going to protect them from it. And here it goes. The nuke goes down. The bunker survives. And I just have to repair the bunker, move my tank in place, and continue building build another turret. And that's all you have to do to avoid nukes in this particular mission. That's the only nuke that I sustain in. I think that's the only nuke that I sustain in this game. And yeah, it's very easy to avoid with just that defensive structure as I was talking about earlier. So here we go. I'm moving in for my attack on the enemy base, or one of the enemy bases. And you can see I have my tanks kind of tiered up here. I have some in the front and some in the back. You want to do this so that your tanks can cover each other. You don't ever want to group them all up in one big lump. That just makes them easy targets for enemy siege tanks who do splash damage. So I have my tanks tiered up here, and I'm using my wraiths to take out the enemy science vessel, and I also use my wraiths to take out enemy tanks that my tanks can't currently reach. Another benefit to tiering your tanks this way is that they can cover things coming in from behind as well. I lose a Marine there because I mentioned earlier I am terrible at micro. I'm actually losing a lot of units because my micro is terrible. But anyway, we're just going to go ahead and press on this attack, and it's not too difficult to keep your tanks alive here. I'm microing my wraiths mostly because generally I'm a Zerg player, and I tend to micro my Mutalisks more than I micro anything else when I play Zerg. So that's kind of what I'm doing with my wraiths, when really what I should be doing is pressing my advance. So I realize that, and I start pressing forward with my tanks. And one of them goes off because for some reason it feels that the supply depots are a bigger threat than the rest of the base. So there it goes, it's killing some supply depots. I pull it back. This is what micro is all about, folks. I pull it back, and there we go. That tank goes and destroys the fire bat. Did something good. Good job, tank. I should reward that guy. And I probably do, with death. So that's pretty terrible. Don't join my army. It'd be terrible to be in my army. I reward you with death. So anyway, I'm building up some more units. Wraiths, tanks, Goliaths. And I was building them as I was fighting as well by using my hotkeys. 3 and 4 are factories, 5 and 6 are starports, if you'll remember. And once I've cleared out the main area, which is basically where the command center was, I bring in some SCVs to drop down my command center. Vespene gas is a very important resource, especially when you're trying to build a large number of tanks and dropships, because they consume a decent amount of gas. So the reason I push so quickly and so hard for this second base is so that I can get that second gas mining. With 2 Vespene geysers being mined, it becomes fairly easy to create a large army of tanks and dropships.